Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Hassan Saeed and I welcome you all at WebDoc Health Session. Today I am going to discuss a topic with you that is known as abdominal pain. First of all, let me tell you that why I felt that I have to discuss this abdominal pain with you people. From previous many days, I am observing that at WebDoc online consultation forum, patients used to call and consult the doctor by saying that we are having abdominal pain, but unluckily they don't know where the pain actually is and what underlying structures can be involved, because they don't know anything about the abdominal quadrants and the structures that are present in it. So if you will get to know about the abdominal quadrants regions in detail, so you can tell easily or specifically about your pain to your doctor, that will be time saving for you. Immediate treatment will be given to you with immediate diagnosis. Accurate prescription will be given to you by your doctor, and there will be a healthy communication between you and your doctor. Same in the case if you are having pain in your abdomen and you want to consult a doctor physically. So if you don't know anything about your pain, that in which area it is happening or what structures or which structures can be involved, so it will be difficult for you to choose your consultant. But if you know that yes, this is the pain in the right hypochondrium, for example, and the pain can be of liver or of gallbladder, you can easily consult the general surgeon. That will again results in time saving for you, minimum traveling, and immediate treatment with immediate diagnosis. So let's start with abdominal quadrants. Let me draw a diagram for you so you will get to know about the abdominal quadrants. This is your abdomen. This is your button belly or umbilicus. The abdominal quadrants will be divided into 9 different quadrants by 2 horizontal and 2 vertical lines. These are the 9 different quadrants of abdomen. The right 3 and left 3 will be labeled with the same name by just addition of right or left, so these will be easy to remember. For example, the uppermost quadrant is known as hypochondrium, right hypochondrium and left hypochondrium. The middle one is known as lumbar region or lumbar quadrant, right lumbar as well as left lumbar, and the lowermost is known as iliac region or iliac quadrant, right iliac or left iliac. The central segments are known as epigastrium, umbilicus and hypogastrium. These 9 quadrants are having different structures underlying them. You people must know about these quadrants or the structures that are present in these quadrants. We will discuss it in our future videos inshallah, but today we will start with right hypochondrium region. We will cover the right hypochondrium region. So let's start with right hypochondrium region. In right hypochondrium region, there are 4 structures that are present: liver, gallbladder, small intestine and a portion of the right kidney. So the most important condition or the most common condition that we encounter in the right hypochondrium is related to gallbladder, and the condition is known as gallstones. So first of all, let me tell you that what is gallstones. Gallstones are the formation of these stones within the gallbladder out of the bile components. If the gallstones are present within the gallbladder, this is known as cholelithiasis, and if it migrates into the common bile duct, that will be known as choledocholithiasis. Now I will let you know about the pathophysiology of the gallstone formation, that how it takes place, how it forms. Gallstone formation occurs when the level of cholesterol, concentration of cholesterol increases in the bile with the decrease in bile salts. There are 2 important factors that play important role in this: infrequent contraction of the gallbladder that slow down the emptying of the bile from the gallbladder. So the overproduction of the bile within the gallbladder leads towards the gallstone formation. Second factor is the presence of the enzymes within the liver or in the bile that either promotes or inhibits the cholesterol crystallization. These two factors will lead towards the formation of gallstones. Now let's talk about the symptoms. Many times this will be asymptomatic for several years, but if symptoms appear, the initial and the most common symptom is pain. Pain in right hypochondrium region. The pain will be colicky or sharp in nature, may be traveled between the blades of the shoulder or towards the tip of the right shoulder. Pain will be associated with nausea and vomiting, and sometimes it is associated with fever as well. Pale stool, dark urine, yellowish skin can be the presenting symptoms as well. Now let's talk about risk factors. Risk factor includes birth controlling pills, pregnancy, obesity, family history, sudden weight loss, diabetes, and 5F. 5F includes female, 40, fertile, fatty, and fair. These are the risk factors for cholelithiasis. Now let's talk about complications. Complications includes inflammation of the gallbladder, cholecystitis, inflammation of the pancreas, pancreatitis, cholangitis. These can be the complications. Now, as I always tells you that prevention is better than cure, so you can prevent it as well by having a healthy weight, by maintaining a healthy weight with sufficient exercise, and by taking high healthy diet with that is rich in fibers. So you can prevent it in this manner. Now let's talk about treatment. If it is asymptomatic, no need of treatment, but if you encounter pain, so you can take painkillers as an initial management, but the ultimate treatment of this condition is surgery. You have to remove out your gallbladder if you are encountering this disease, or if you are having episodes of pain again and again, and if your symptoms are getting worse. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening. That's all for today. Stay blessed. Keep sharing this video. Subscribe our channel.